the kind who wear a tie. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the world can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional. Yeah. I'm unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Join me tonight. We got Rob,
Hey, everybody.
and we got a special Canadian friend, Clay, yet again.
Shut up! Twice in a row.
I know, dude. This is I invited you on specifically because you guys have been having. You told me this. You shared me with this. You guys have been having some wildfires up where you are, and they've been kind of a problem. Well, now they're impacting us, Clay. Also, the oven just beeped, Rob.
Okay.
That was louder than I thought it would be. Yeah, every morning we wake up and we're smelling smoke, and apparently, at first I thought the same thing Rob did. At first, I thought it was just our neighbors burning shit, because it's not uncommon. You've been here. We used to have bonfires all the time. It's not uncommon for neighbors to like burn brush and stuff, and you get that that the burning wood smell. But I overheard Rob's telling somebody, I don't know who you were talking to, Rob, but he read on a news site that that smell is all the way to Boston even, and it's all of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires is blowing this way, and we're getting the lingering, aromas of it and stuff. I thought that was pretty wild, seeing as though you're on the other side of the fucking continent.
Oh no. The Frenchies are burning now. So
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh
well,
shit.
the Frenchies and Scotians.
Yeah.
That's the east side of Canada sharing their shit with you guys. That's not us.
I always thought. See, I automatically just assumed it was you guys, because if you ever look at a picture of like the jet stream, it goes up into where you guys are, and then it comes down, and then it comes back up right into us.
Yeah.
That's why, like, a lot of the times we get your weather, but a couple days later kind of thing, because we're both, like, pretty much right on the line of the jet stream. So now that's it's the east side of Canada burning now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Jesus. So these are separate fires, or did it just extend all the way the fuck over there?
Oh no, these are separate ones because Nova Scotia is the little island.
Yeah.
That looks like a dolphin with its tail cut off.
So, do you happen to know what caused theirs?
Yeah, idiots burning shit when they were told they're not supposed to burn shit.
Okay, so people being irresponsible in dry weather.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's why, every town, if you come to New Hampshire, every town has a sign that tells you the risk of forest fires based off of the local weather and like the recent weather. So like if you drive by like the fire department or whatever, you'll get like the Smokey the Bear fucking sign that just says fire risk is high today, Now, was yours caused by the same thing? Just irresponsible people being stupid?
The one that was directly south of us was, I believe, a lightning strike, but there were several others that started around that were closer to us. Were idiots shooting off fireworks at houses and just flicking cigarette butts out the window.
So yours was both a combination of idiots and Mother Nature being pissed off at idiots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus. Do you still have the pictures on your computer of like some of the how smoky and everything it was that you sent me a while ago?
I think I have one
Or were those on
my
your
phone.
phone?
Yeah,
Can you
it's on my
post?
phone.
Can you post that on Discord in the SU Discord here, just in the general chat? That way Rob can see.
Do I have Discord on my phone?
If not, do you have? This is gonna be a dumb question. Do you have Facebook Messenger? Because you can always
Not on
just.
my phone.
Oh, I was gonna say you can send it to me on that.
You have an iPhone. I could send it to you anyway.
That's true. Oh yeah. Do that then, and then I'll just put it in Discord for Rob.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Rob.
What took you so long?
In fact, I might even already have the pictures that you sent before. Yeah, I do. The one with the grill in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll post that in Discord for Rob to see.
What am I seeing?
I'm gonna post a picture of Clay sent me a picture of the wild. Like you don't see the fire, but you get to see the outcome of what the fire has been causing him up where he is. So I wanted to share that with you since we're talking about it. I'm gonna put it in the general chat if it'll work. No, I did that wrong. Bear with me. This is. I know this is
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulty. Well, yeah, Pebcake. Oh, it's a video.
Oh, it shouldn't have been a video. Oh, it's like a 2-second because I was. Yeah, that stupid phone thing.
Yeah, well, we'll see if I can't put it in Discord there. Whoa, I don't want to select all those. I just want to select the one.
You don't want to share all your dirty pictures?
No,
That's no fun.
I don't know if
There,
that's,
I shut off the live part of it and sent it to you again just in case.
I don't know if that's gonna go through or not. Man, I don't know how to do all this crazy stuff. I got a new phone, everybody, and I don't know how to do stuff on it yet. So I are dumb.
He's
Save.
illiterate.
Saving photos. Okay.
I could have sworn I had Discord on my phone though. Is that not a thing?
There. I think that went through. There you go, Rob. I did it. I figured it out finally.
There.
Well, yep.
Thankfully,
It's like
that's something I've never had to deal with. Is wildfires. I mean, New Hampshire has had them, I'm sure, but I've never actually had to had to like be around one, I guess. Natural disasters that I've been personally been involved with, I've been through a mild earthquake, enough that it shook the house. Hurricanes, tropical storms, a tornado when I lived down south. I think that's really it as far as like natural disaster. Oh, we technically flood. A flood. We had a flood in Hooksett. We had to have the National Guard blocking off roads.
A flood?
Yeah. So, I mean,
Really,
you
is that
figure. Well, yeah. I mean, where I live, you figure we got a swamp in my backyard. We got a pond off to my right. We got Doobie's Pond, which is that big. It's pretty much a lake right down the road. And then it was springtime when it happened, so not only were we getting torrential rain, but it was hot. It was hot enough that a lot of the snow was melting from winter.
Oh, okay.
So all of the buildup just ended up, and we had like 4 days straight of just torrential downpouring rain, and they ended up blocking off not only the other side of Chester Turnpike, but they blocked off right at Doobie's Pond where the dam is. because it was overflowing and going right up over the road.
Ah.
So when I went to work, I had to go actually all into the town in the opposite direction, and then find a side road to get to the highway to be able to go to work. And I had to go that same way home because they wouldn't let me through any other way.
Oh,
But
it's kind of a long way to go, isn't it?
yeah, it was. Um, what kind of natural disasters have you been through, Rob?
I saw a tornado far off when I was on the trip around the U.S. with my family in the RV. Like we saw a tornado like way far off. There was a small, like really bad thunderstorm when I was staying with my ex-wife in Florida. Like I took some pictures of it because it almost looked like a tornado. The clouds were so dark and they were almost touching the ground. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Like other than thunderstorms, I've never really had much. Like we lived on a hill when I was a kid, like a very, very steep hill, so we never had any flooding or anything. Nothing really.
What about you, Clay?
Well, the forest fire was a new one for us. We did have two small tornadoes in GP like 10, 15 years ago.
No.
Did know it were pretty high up as well, so the river would have to raise like almost a good 80 feet just to get up above the bank.
Do you guys
Flooding
get
isn't really a big thing.
like hurricanes and stuff up there often?
No, not enough ocean.
Yeah, man. We get hurricanes almost every year, or tropical storms if they're not strong enough. They're usually because they usually come right up the coast on the East Coast. They usually start down in Florida. They're usually always a hurricane when they hit Florida, and then as they travel up the coast, sometimes they'll actually gain strength, so they'll stay a hurricane by the time they make it to us. And then other times they end up losing a lot of its oomph, and it just turns into a tropical storm by the time it reaches us, which I guess is okay, but I kind of makes me sad because I like storms. Like I like stormy weather.
For us, the hurricane would actually have to climb over a set of mountains, so there's no way it'll ever get to us.
Yeah.
Well, not unless, the world floods and everybody's underwater anyway, so at that point it won't matter.
Yeah. What was that movie that they did that? Wasn't there a movie, or was that Ice?
That's 2012.
Was that Ice?
No, that was water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was there one about ice too, like the day after tomorrow or something? Was that all ice?
Yeah, that's when everything freezes.
And that was New York, I think, right?
Yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, that's all I really wanted to bring up as far as like natural disasters is we're getting some of the Canadian smoke.
I do a good brisket.
All right, dude, man, I want you to come visit so you can cook.
Well, hey, it looks like you guys removed your things, so I
Yeah.
could actually come visit now. So
Yeah, your couch is taken right now. You'd have to deal with an air mattress.
the fuck you mean my couch is taken?
Yeah, James is staying on your couch currently.
Well, I'm Big Spoon.
Whoa.
He don't have a choice.
Well, I guess he'll have to get used to an air mattress if he doesn't like being Little Spoon.
Yeah.
So, in a little bit of a shift, hey, Rob. Oh, he got disconnected.
I'm back.
There you are. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
How was your day?
Nah.
Care to elaborate?
No. First, I forgot I wanted to say because I already swore once, but hello, new listeners. I'm So I'm getting pretty good following on Twitch now, and so Bee's been helping me out, and she gave me a Halo from Royal High, and that's one of the games that her audience plays a lot, to give away. So I've had like 1,000 people, well, 1,000 entries. I have 3 different ways for people to enter for a chance at the giveaway. So you can enter, do 3 things, and get 3 opportunities to win. And one of them is to subscribe to the Simply Unprofessional podcast. So several people have. So new listeners, sometimes we use bad language on this.
Oh, man.
Just to let you know.
So, do we actually know who subscribed?
I don't know. Like it only the Podbean thing only shows listeners. I don't know what shows subscribers.
Oh,
but yeah, there's a bunch of new subscribers to the podcast on Spotify. I don't know how to find that out. Like I'm sure there is a way. But
okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, listeners, for subscribing and listening. Yes, we do use adult language. I think I've already used adult language in this episode.
Wow.
So, I mean, we do, like, when we have Bee on and stuff, I do try to watch my language, only because I know more of her listeners and viewers and stuff will listen to it. And she has a child, like a PG audience. If you didn't know, Clay, she does YouTube videos and streams and stuff, and the majority of her audience are kids. So I
Oh.
try, and it's not so much that I shouldn't say that I don't care about swearing in front of kids. That's going to make me sound awful. It's less that it's less about me and what people think about me, and as more so I don't want to get her in trouble with, like, if one of those kids' parents came walking and listening and heard, her on my
Yeah.
podcast and, heard a bunch of F-bombs and stuff. And yeah, so it is what it is. But I do appreciate the followers and the new listeners and stuff. Hopefully you win that Halo or whatever. It's a Halo you're giving away?
Yep.
All right.
Winter Halo 2022.
Oh, man. That's so
You mean
last
like a
year.
game?
Yeah, they play have you ever heard of Roblox?
Oh yeah.
So it's a Roblox game, because I guess Roblox is like the platform where they have a bunch of other games. It's like Steam for kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Except all the games are free.
in that,
the majority.
they play a game called Royal High, which is, I guess, loosely based off of the Winx saga. Like, that's where they got a lot of their inspiration from.
Yeah.
But it's essentially a dress-up game.
Their very first school is literally the Winx Club High School, which is why they need to remove it from the game, because they're going to get trouble.
Gotcha. So, but yeah. So a Halo that Rob's giving away is like an accessory that you can put on your character. And
yeah, you have to win it. It's like a really rare chance to win them. So, in the game, so they're a very rare item.
So yeah.
Can't you just give it to me?
You would have to not only get Roblox, you would have to play Royal High, and then you'd have to get to, I think, level 75.
Yep.
Oh my god, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what level you have to be able to even trade items.
My god.
Yeah, I won't. I will
like
say.
work.
I will say, for the longest time, because I remember, I think it was Kat who originally had me try out Roblox, and I was just like, yeah, all right, it is what it is. I didn't really think much of it at the time. I was more into like 7 Days to Die with you and Ark and those types of games, Conan Exiles. After having played some of the games, that is a humongous fly. Oh my god, that's gotta be a horsefly.
Does not go with the freaking
Yeah, he
What?
After
totally
playing some
switched
Roblox
words.
games, that is a humongous fly.
No, I'm sorry, but it literally just flew in front of my face, and then it flew around my lamp a few times. And whoa, dude, I'm not joking. This fly was like the size of a grape.
You totally squirreled right there. You know that.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, after having played some of the Roblox games recently, helping B makes videos and stuff, there are a couple that are actually pretty fun. Mainly Evade. I think I like Evade the most.
I like Evade indoors.
I don't know.
The Mimic was fun, but you wouldn't play because you don't like jump scares.
No, but then I played Demonologist.
Yeah, true.
Clay, did you ever listen to that?
I watched your video. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just freaking
Man.
out. I was like, what?
Would I get in trouble if I played the clip? That clip. I mean, it's pretty short.
No.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. No.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna play the clip. It's in the Simply Unprofessional chat, I believe. Where is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Which?
Did you put it on my page?
Where? No, maybe
You put it in the Edquist chat. I think with me and Donnie.
Oh no, I put it in the Vamp chat. All right. So, listeners, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. This is from Tamara's stream. She did a stream for Rainbow Railroad last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got me to play Demonologist, which, for those of you who don't know, it is a lot like Phasmophobia. And for the people who don't know what Phasmophobia is, it's essentially you are ghost hunters. You go into a haunted place. You have to utilize certain tools at your disposal. Holy fucking fly. Jesus, it's back. It's so angry.
You'll know when I get you.
Dude, it's I feel like it's going to fly right in my forehead and knock me out. Like, it's humongous. Okay, anyway.
Oh, that sounds like the video.
Yeah, almost. So you have different tools, and using those, you have to collect evidence and determine what type of ghost it is, and then you can leave. Now, in Demonologist, once you determine the ghost, there's actually a few other side things that you can do for extra money, extra XP. The only difference with Demonologist, I guess, there's a lot more jump scares.
Yeah, and you can exercise the demon, whereas Phasmophobia, once you figure out what the ghost is, that's it. You just are done.
Yeah. So, I'm going to play you a clip. The visual does not matter because this was from Tamara's perspective, and she was just walking into the house. I was already in the house, and she never saw me during this exchange. And this was the first game I believe we did with proximity chat on. So I'm going to sound far away at first, and then there's going to be some echoes. You're going to hear echoes not only because it's me getting closer to Tamara in proximity, but I'm also going through James and Rob's mics at the same time because I was yelling so loud. So here is that clip. And playing it now. Leslie, you ain't. I swore. I was taunting the ghost. Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Listen! Listen! So it actually cuts off. So the last thing you hear is I scream, "I don't like it, I'm out." And so from my perspective, I was upstairs, and there was a little balcony area that overlooked the living room. And then there was a little tiny hallway that had a bathroom at the end. So I was walking up there, and I was all cocky. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to let nothing scare me this match, because I had already gone through this map, and I thought I knew most of the jump scare things. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to taunt the crap out of this ghost, and we're going to figure out what it is, and we're just going to GTFO. So I ran upstairs, I walked into the bathroom, and I freaked myself out first because I accidentally shut off my flashlight. And when a ghost is near, your flashlight will flicker. So I thought there was a ghost, so I freaked out a little bit. And then I realized, oh, I just shut my own flashlight off. And then when I was walking away, I heard a really big, like a really eerie noise. So that's the original scream that you hear from me on Tamara's thing. And then as she rounds the corner, you hear the big, like, bong. And then I start really freaking out. And that's because right above her, I turned around. I made the mistake of turning around and I looked down the hallway. And it looked like a massive bright light, like a train at night was just heading towards me. It was blinding. And then this little tiny shade of a girl, like a little girl, started sprinting at me down the hallway. So I screamed. I started saying, I don't like it. And then I just started repeating, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm out. And I just ran out of the house. So, yeah, it was scary. I didn't like that one.
It was hilarious.
And then I think I don't even remember if we ended up getting that one right, because I think that's the one where it ended up being the thing in the living room, and Rob ended up dying to it. And then I think all of us ended up dying to it, actually.
Yeah, we all died that time around.
Yeah.
What?
It was very angry right from the get-go. So
It happens when you taunt things.
But yeah, I don't even know how we got on this topic, but there we go. You guys got to hear me freak out.
So back to my bad day.
Yes.
Yes.
So I take blood pressure medicine because I have high blood pressure, and I was down to like 2 days left, and they had renewed it before when I called, and they were just like, yeah, we could just renew it. That was like 3 months ago. So I was like, they're not going to do that again. I have to call. But I figured I could call the doctor. I would tell them I need to make an appointment to get the blood pressure medicines renewed. And then usually they're like, oh, we're full. It's going to take like 2 to 3 weeks or whatever. And then I would have time to prepare. And I could say, can you give me my blood pressure med until then so that I can still take it until I see you, which is what doctors usually do.
But before you continue, if they had done that, you would not have gone and seen the doctor.
No, I would have, because then I know at that point they would be like, no, you don't get any more, just die. But no, when you have to call and say, can you give me enough until my appointment, they're like, it's implied that they're not going to give you any more if you don't come to that appointment. So I've always gone. But anyway, what I didn't know is that they had already renewed the medicines for a month in order to get me to come in at the end of the month. But I didn't know that. So I called, and they answered, and I told them, I wanted to get an appointment to renew my blood pressure med. And she's like, oh, we can see you tomorrow. And I instantly freaking anxiety attack. But I said yes, because I figured they weren't going to give me more meds unless I went in. And I was like, okay, well, they're not going to give me any more, period, because I've got 2 days left. And if I don't come in tomorrow, then I won't have any left. Like, cool. All right. So then I went in, and I don't like going to the doctor. I get really bad anxiety about the doctor. And I told them, and I've told other people in my old doctor, I would get such high anxiety that it would make my blood pressure way higher when I first got to the doctor. So my old doctor in Connecticut used to take my blood pressure first. When I first got there, he'd have the nurse take it. And then when we were done and I was about to go home, he would take it again himself. And it would always be lower at the end because I'd be like, yes, home. I get to go home.
I'll tell you right now, that's a very common thing. Because I also, nobody, and I feel like they should do this regularly anyway, but I know both for myself and my dad, it was always an issue. Anytime we go to the doctor, the very first thing the nurse does when they bring you back into the room is check your blood pressure. And then she always tells me, you're running a little high. And I was like, yeah, it's because I'm here, And then so she'll tell the doctor, and then the doctor will have the nurse take it one more time as when I'm getting ready to leave, and it's usually much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
this
just the
time,
stress of having to be at a doctor's office.
yeah. Well, I mean, the last couple times that I went, he's kind of dismissed it and was like, "No, that wouldn't do it." But this time, he was kind of. I told him the same thing. I told the nurse first, and then I told him because he came in and he's like, "Your blood pressure's a little iffy, even on the medication." So I was like, "It's because I'm here. I'm very high anxiety. Like, if at home I feel fine, but right now I can feel my heart like pumping."
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's probably it." I was like, okay. He didn't even bother to take the. I guess it was probably close enough to being normal that he was like, yeah, that's probably it. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so of course he was there. That's all he did was take my blood pressure. He listened to my lungs with his stethoscope, and he was like, okay, I want you to go take some blood work and then come back in 2 weeks. So now I have to go to get blood work and come back on the 15th. And I'm like, okay, so I came here, didn't want to come here. And now that I've been here, now I have to come back twice more in 2 weeks. Cool.
It's
Hell
common.
yeah.
It's common.
And then I was trying to stream, and my stream crashed like 5 freaking times. Just like, I'm so done with this day.
Well, on a brighter note, the oven just beeped, but I don't know what stage you're at on whatever it
Yeah,
is
I
you're
gotta
making.
put cheese on it. But yeah, and then
Holy shit!
and then I walked up behind Webby, and he was playing Diablo because Diablo came out a day early, and I said, Webby, I know you're doing Diablo, but we have to record SU, and he swore very loudly. And now we're here.
Yeah. So if listeners, if you get the sense that I'm trying to rush through this episode,
He is.
I am. Yeah. Rob just walked out. He's laughing at me because I'm dual wielding fly swatters right now. I'm looking for this grape-sized fly. The only thing is, Rob, look, see how flimsy these fly swatters are? I feel like if I did this, it would only piss it off.
Probably. And then he'll go for your face.
It is a very flimsy fly swatter. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Because I'm not lying. I'm kind of afraid to talk because for whatever reason, every time I talk and there's bugs around, like if I'm outside or whatever, they always find their way into my mouth. And this one, I do not want to accidentally fly into my mouth because I feel like it would just end up dive bombing my
Poking you?
tonsils and choking me. Yeah, it'll just bear hug my tonsils and choke me out from the inside. So, I'm gonna name this fly. This thing's humongous. I'm gonna name him Tiny.
No, we can't name him Timmy. You gotta name him Bob or George.
But what about like Little John? He
Tony.
was named Little John. No, Tony's the upstairs neighbor. I don't like that
You could
name.
be a girl. You could be a Tinkerbell
I'll name it Bob.
or Wendy.
Bob 5, because it's 5 times bigger than the normal fly. Like
Danny Five
exponentially
is alive.
bigger. I swear if it lands, it might start talking to me like, what's his face from the movie The Fly? What was his name? Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
God, I feel old.
And look right up at you like, what are you gonna do with those, bub?
Yeah.
Watch him flip his desk. Holy fucking ducks!
It gives me the middle finger and says, I eat fly swatters like that for breakfast. It's like, oh, God.
Webby,
So-
run!
Yeah. So, like Rob said before he had to step away, Diablo 4 did come out today. I thought it was coming out tomorrow. I heard something about it coming out on the 1st, but I thought they just meant in a different part of the world, based off the, time zones and whatever. Because if you bought the deluxe edition or whatever it was, you get 4 days early access, and it's meant to come out on the 6th. So with that, it should have been coming out tomorrow. Not sure why they changed it, but then I saw on the Blizzard launcher that it was counting down 20 minutes from when I saw it, and I was like, oh snap! So I've been playing Diablo since that started. It started right around 7, um, and yeah, I kind of want to get back to it. I will say that there was a challenge that I saw that I read and then Rob posted too. Um, and it did sound like a challenge that I was willing to try for, and I really debated on it. I literally I studied different builds. I watched a bunch of different videos, and I really sat here and weighed the pros and cons of this challenge. So the challenge, Clay and listeners. So for those of you who do listen regularly, or if you don't, I'm a huge Diablo fan, just the franchise as a whole. I've played ever since the first one. Diablo 3, I a lot of people didn't want to play with me because I only played hardcore. I originally started off playing softcore, but then I grew bored of it.
Almost sounds like you're talking about porn.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's what they're called, hardcore, softcore. But in any case, I grew bored of the softcore because if you die, you just lose a little bit of money, and you can just respawn and keep trying over and over and over again until you get it right. You know, hardcore, if you die, you lose your character. You lose everything that's on that character and in that character's inventory. Now, the difference is you have a stash in town, so you can put stuff in the stash, and that and your gold is shared amongst all your hardcore characters for that season or whatever. So I prided myself on only playing hardcore. You know, I had like the max level was level 70, and then they had Paragon levels. I had like a level 70 Paragon, I don't know, well over 1,000 hardcore character, and you know, I ended up being on the leaderboards for a few seasons. I was I want to say top 100 in the North Americas for greater rifts for barbarians, which I thought was quite the achievement. And I was very proud of myself because, especially with hardcore, when you're building a character and you're trying to pick talents and gear, you have to think differently. You have to think more defensively. Than you would if not, because if you're playing softcore, you just spec everything into damage and hope you kill it before it kills you. If not, try again. You know, you don't have that chance with hardcore characters. So the challenge that I read was the first 1,000 BattleNet players who reached level 100 in Diablo 4 on hardcore were going to have their BattleNet tags, their battle tag names or whatever, put on a giant Lilith statue, just immortalized into a statue. And I was just like, oh my god, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And I considered it, and I really put a lot of thought into doing this, but I opted to not do it. For a few different reasons. One of the reasons was I felt like, okay, I could just skip cutscenes, I could skip dialogue, I can just go and grind out levels, and I can just blow through a character and hopefully make the top 1,000 fastest. But I'm competing against people all over the world. It's going to take you 60 plus hours minimum to do it. And I talked myself into thinking, you know, there's probably teams of people out there who are like, oh, well, if one gets tired, the other one will start playing under that same character while the other one takes a nap kind of thing, just so they can be immortalized on that statue. You know, it would only be the one gamer tag, the one BattleNet tag, but still, you know, they would know, hey, that was a team effort kind of thing. It would be like me and you, Clay, doing it, or me and Rob, you know.
Yeah.
I would be so afraid I would just get you killed
I
while
wouldn't
you're
ask.
sleeping.
I love you to death, Rob. I would not ask you. I do. I love you to death,
Wow.
but yeah, no. I honestly, I would just stay up for the 60+ hours. I would just stay
Jesus.
awake.
How are you
It's
supposed to do it?
but my biggest thing that really steered me away from it more so was the fact that I felt like there might come a time where some of the storylines, the cutscenes or whatever, would end up ruining something in the story that I was unavoidable, that I just couldn't skip through or whatever, and I would end up ruining the story for myself. And the reason why that was such a tipping point for me was because Diablo 3 came out, and mind you, years and years and years and years went by between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Okay? And when Diablo 3 finally came out, I was looking so forward to it. And anyone who knows me can attest. I don't care if you spoil things for me, but there are certain things that I do not want spoiled, and Diablo stuff is one of them. Well, my buddy Nick fucking ruined Diablo 3 for me as far as storyline goes. He messaged me and he's like, "Yo, did you know so and so is Diablo? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not there yet. Fucking hell, thanks a lot, Dink." You know. So I just don't want to risk any type of spoilers in Diablo 4. I didn't want to. I don't want to have that same sinking gut feeling that I did when my buddy ruined it for Diablo 3. And I didn't want to risk speed running through on a hardcore character and ruining that experience. You know. So I opted to just I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna play through it at my own pace. I'm gonna watch every cutscene. I've even watched all the beginning cutscenes that we've already seen through the betas. I'm gonna pay attention to all of the dialogue, and I'm just gonna enjoy it as I go.
Have you blocked Nick until you get to the end?
I have not, but I am going to message him once we're done, and I'm gonna say, dude, I will message you when I'm done Diablo 4. Do not talk to me until then.
You know he's gonna.
Then I will unfriend him.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I will, 100%. So
I gave you some. It's over there.
because yeah, there's a few theories that I have working in my head from lore and stuff, and I want to see where the story. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing where the story goes. So I don't know if anybody can tell. I'm kind of a fan of Diablo.
You are kind of nerdy about it, so.
Yeah. So how long have we been recording? 43 minutes. That's pretty good. Let's anybody else
Look
have
at
anything else
this.
to
He's
say?
just trying to ditch you guys so he
Listen,
can get back to his game.
My leg is shaking. I'm scratching the inside of my arm. I'm like on drugs right now. Okay.
Holy fuck, I was gonna say.
Diablo. I'm having Diablo withdrawals, and I just got off 40 minutes ago. So, is there anything else you guys want to kind of just chit chat about?
No, good.
Well, no, I'm legitimately asking.
I re-downloaded PUBG the other day.
Ugh. Dude, I thought about it until I read some of those updates, and then I went back through and I read some of the reviews, and even like the more recent reviews are still just complaining about cheaters and how they don't have any type of system in place for them.
No, not really. And it's being gone as long as we have been. It's not. It is a different game, and it's not as easy, in my opinion, as it was before.
Well, that just takes time to get back into the swing of things, and
yeah, they've changed a lot of shit, like how things work and stuff. Now it's completely different.
Well,
So, yeah.
if the day ever comes and they actually release something saying, "Oh yeah, this is what we're going to do when people are reported as cheating, and we ban them, and this will ensure that they are unable to rejoin this game." Period.
Mm.
Then I'll go back and play PUBG because I did enjoy PUBG,
They won't do that.
but yeah, I'm not going to, especially for the fact that they made it free. If they kept it a paid game, then sure, I'd play just so that if a cheater really wanted to, yeah, they can go spend another fucking $49.99, rebuy the game on a different Steam account, and start cheating again. Sure, it's $50 out of your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, at least then there's a price that's being paid. But since they changed it to be a free game, if this guy, if person A is banned from being, playing PUBG on that account, okay, he'll make a new Steam account, he'll re-download PUBG, and he'll just do it all over again. And there's
Exactly.
nothing that they can do to stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
So,
No, but it hasn't gotten any better, so I probably won't play it very much, even if I do play it. My beaver game got an update though.
yeah, you were telling me about that, and they made it harder.
It's a little harder, but you got a whole bunch more stuff you got to deal with. But it's made it a lot more interesting in some ways, and it's made doing certain things in it easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Um,
I've been playing it quite a bit lately.
There was an update for Stellaris too. They added in a new leaders. They always had leaders, but now they made them more important, and you can create a council to rule over your kingdom, your empire, I guess, your space empire.
Do you
And they
have to have a council?
I mean, you could leave it empty if you wanted, but there's a lot of benefits to having counselors.
But you can't have like just one sole leader?
Well, I mean, there is the one sole leader is the head of the council usually, and then there's multiple spots, which you could, again, just leave empty if you wanted to. But each one has benefits if you put a counselor into them.
Yeah. If I played a game like that, I know that I would just be like, yo, I want to be like Darth Vader, and I just want to be like, my word is law, and I make the decisions, and if you don't like it, I kill you.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
The Emperor was in charge.
he had the Emperor, but still, I like
And
Darth
then,
Vader. That's all.
Well, I mean, and then Moff Tarkin too was kind of because he told Vader to stop doing stuff all the time, and he listened to him.
Who?
I'm just Grand Moff Tarkin, the guy that captures Leia on the ship, because he starts to kill some guy. Vader starts to kill some guy that was arguing with him, and he tells him to release him, and he does.
Oh yeah, he was that really old, skinny dude, right?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Then I'd rather be like the Emperor. How's that?
Yeah, and you could still be I have a king, and the counselors are below him. It's not like the counselors do any. You are in charge. You are a god. You say this is the king, and then these are the counselors. It's not like any of them can be like, oh no, I don't want to do that. You're in control.
Well,
of it.
whenever I think of a council, I think, okay, well, you all have to vote on it, and you can be outvoted, kind of thing.
No.
Oh.
No, the galactic the galactic senate that you join, you could be outvoted in that, but your own council, you're in charge of it. They can't do anything that you don't let them, and that if you don't like them, you could fire them off of the council. Just be go on.
Can I just eject them out into space?
I would.
Be like Among Us. You just see a little fucking dude fucking twirling through space.
I wasn't the wrong one.
Rob hates me when I play games because he lost Discord again. Rob hates me because every game Rob plays, he plays like the altruistic
I'm back.
Good guy person, and I play the exact opposite. So I know I infuriate Rob when we talk about video games.
Tilly, stop. And other than that, Donnie and I watched Fubar. It was pretty funny. Rue is my favorite character, and if I was like in that movie, that's the part I would want to play.
I'll have to watch it. What's it about?
That's
It's
where
about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
and his daughter.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's
Finds
a
out his
retired.
daughter's
He
part
was.
of the
He's a
CIA.
retiring CIA agent, but he gets pulled back in for one last mission, which happens to be saving his daughter, who is another agent, which he doesn't know, and she doesn't.
She's about to get spanked.
Gotcha. Hey, at some point this weekend when Donnie is around and it's not, well, he just lost Discord again. Jeez, he's. We're just gonna end here.
Wow.
We're gonna end here shortly.
Did he get an update or something
I
he
don't.
hasn't done?
I don't know.
Tell him to update his shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't know if he's gonna be coming back. There he is. So before you lose Discord, at some point this weekend when Donnie is around and it's not 3 a.m., I want to get together and do an SU on the D&D movie.
Mhm.
And I wanted to get together and do an SU on the Super Mario movie because we've all watched both of those.
I mean, it's gonna have to be the weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I haven't watched Super Mario yet, so
well, I will watch Super Mario with you, sir.
you want to do it now?
No, I have Diablo to play.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I see
Anyway,
how it is.
Rob, do we have a science corner before you get disconnected again?
Science is good.
Yay, science!
Don't just cut off your medications. How about that?
Yeah, that's not good.
We had a conversation about that earlier.
Yeah.
If you're taking medicine, don't just stop unless someone has told you. If you feel this way, stop taking the medication. Because sometimes they do tell you that, but
Yeah.
otherwise, let your doctor know that you want to stop.
Generally speaking, they usually tell you to just let your doctor know that you don't like the way that the medication's making you feel, or that you want to stop taking it for reason X, Y, or Z. And depending on the medication, they'll either tell you, yeah, it's fine that you can just stop taking it now, or they'll probably have you lower your dosage for a week, and then we slowly wean you off of it that way. Because then it's not such a shock to your system.
What's a little coma between friends?
Yeah.
All the things I can
Rob,
do to you guys
Rob
while you're
just hates
sleeping?
it. Rob just hates it because he's just like, I don't want to go to the doctor, this, that, and the other thing. I'm just going to stop taking these meds, this, that. And I'm like, Rob, you would yell at me to go to the doctor. You would make me to take my meds. He's like, yeah, I know. Fuck you. That's not nice. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, not fair for him to use that against me.
Yeah. So,
Then you just got to stop using it on him. That's how that
yeah,
works.
and then I'll stop
Well, he
taking
does
my-
need to take his meds.
Then I'll stop taking my meds. I'll stop going to the doctors, and then we both can just stop. Boom. See, problem solved. Anyway, well, science is good. That's that. Inspirational quote of the day, or whatever. Life advice. Hey, you know what? Life advice. Rob already gave it to you. Don't just stop taking medicine cold turkey. Prescribed medicine, I should say. Like, yeah, obviously, you can just stop taking, like, ibuprofens. If you're taking ibuprofens for a headache, you can just stop. But, you know, prescribed medicines that you've been taking for, you know, a week or longer, you probably should just let somebody know that you don't want to take it anymore. Anyway, that's what we're going to the episode because we're at 50 minutes and Rob keeps disconnecting. That's the excuse I'm going to use anyway. Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
And Clay, where can people find you on the internet if they want to?
Latched on to Jessica Negri's boobs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. As always, everybody, you guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word, on Twitch at DMWebby. I'm also on Instagram somewhere, and I'm always on eBay at searching for Devin because I miss him. and I keep forgetting about his schedule being what it is. So thank you everybody for listening, and for those of you who are new, thank you. I hope you win some Halo thing. We love you. Stay safe and fuck Booster Gold.
That's Booster Gold.
I just realized that's going to be really out of context for the people who are like brand new listeners. Booster Gold's a comic book character. I hate him. I hate him with a passion. So that's why I say the things I say. He's a pompous ass. He's a thief, and I hate him. And screw him. Plain and simple.